Hello and welcome to AD4TVRadio Weekly Review, coming to you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. I am Anthonyetta Kalunta. This is a review of the top stories this past week. Nigerian students in various tertiary institutions held a protest in front of the Federal Ministry of Education building in Abuja, Nigeria, to get the government to reopen tertiary institutions. The demonstrators, who were led by leaders of National Association of Nigerian Students, Association of Polytechnic Students, and Association of College Education Students, insist that to combat the coronavirus pandemic, schools must reopen for research and care. They put out threats of causing disruptions at some public places if their demands are not heeded.
We have expressed our grievances and total displeasure on the way and manner they are treating education sector. If marketplaces, worship centers can be reopened for activities, education should not be left behind.
Educational sector has been taken for a joke, and it has continuously been happening, and they have proved it now that the pandemic is there and they are complaining that there's the pandemic, but other ministries have walked away to see that they open.
You'll think when it comes to choosing a life path, the decision is completely yours. That's not always the case, as parents are often found guilty of meddling on the life choices of their children right from a very young age, putting in their little heads' careers to peak, often disregarding the innate qualities and talents they possess. Young adults who succeed in breaking free from their parents' influences still have a hurdle to face: the tertiary institutions. Nigerians seeking admission into higher tertiary institutions often get their course of study changed, either because they have not met the set-out mark by the university and given another option, or, like they often put it, space in that department is full. Students who do not want to wait another year to reapply are left with settling for what they are given.
Yes, I'm studying mechanical engineering right now, and that's like my course. That's because I study from childhood, and that is the course I'm doing right now.
Actually, during my university days, I applied to study microbiology, but because that year there was this aptitude test written, so due to the cutoff mark, people that qualified to study that same course were much, so they had to push some of us to a different course. So at the end of the day, I end up studying what I did not apply for. Not that my parents forced me to. The school pushed me to that particular course. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with it.
The educational sector has been grappling with many challenges, ranging from poor funding, infrastructure, inadequate teaching aids, and quality of teachers, amongst other things. AD4TVRadio spoke to Ode Ochicha, a leadership specialist and the chairman of the Governing Council of the Federal Polytechnic, Ile-Iluju, Ondo State, Southwest Nigeria, who spoke about revamping the Nigerian educational sector.
Well, it's very, very unfortunate that the reverse is the case, because for me, when I was growing in the early 60s, 70s, people were coming to Nigeria to study from Ghana, from Cameroon. University of Calabar, where I graduated from. People were coming from Calabar to study in University of Calabar. And people were even coming from Britain to study in University of Baden, because the standard of education then was very, very high. Was met in global best practice. But as time went on, it started going down. Why? Because education has not been made government's top priority. And quote me, if education is not made top priority by all chairmen, 774 chairman of Nigeria, of the 744 chairman of the 744 local government of Nigeria, there are 36 state governors plus FCT minister and the president himself. If education is not made top priority, it will come to sink.
Away from that, the 2015 general elections in Nigeria saw a rise in the clamor for youth inclusion in Nigerian politics. Globally, youths are beginning to be recognized as key agents of socio-economic and political influences in the society. The advocacy by several civil society groups and eventual signing of the age reduction bill, popularly known as Not Too Young to Run bill by Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, has not solved the barrage of problems Nigerian youth face in getting worthy for key positions in the country. AD4TV radio crew had a discussion with some youths as to how the narrative can be changed.
I think the government has a big role to play, not just for youth, but for the generality of its citizens. And being that I think they said 40% of the Nigerian population is youth, so it means a greater percentage of whatever government has in stock is going to be for the youth.
I think the main problem the youth are facing is unemployment. I mean, every year we have graduates, but there's no job really. So I feel like the government should first focus on creating employment for the youth.
If you watch what is going on, you see there is a high rate of unemployment, especially among the youth. Many youth are coming out from schools, no job for them. So government should create jobs for the youth so that it will reduce crime.
A great problem we face in the country is that of unemployment. And if you go by the statistics we earlier gave out, it means majority of the chunk of those unemployed people will be the youths. So what government basically has to do will be, most times people think about government providing, and they say government, there is no employment opportunities and all that. Government does not necessarily have to be the one employing youths, but government can provide conducive atmosphere for entrepreneurs to create jobs.
Well, here at home in Africa, the story is one of appreciation for African attires, seemingly fueled by the pictures of international stars rocking to the vibrant fabric of Ankara. From Michelle Obama to Beyoncé, the admiration for African textile is going global. African designers have also charged in with a fusion of Western styles with the lovely Ankara, Iro and Buba, organza, amongst others. Only a few years ago, African wares were practically restricted to their native environment. Some perceived them as drab, boring, and old-fashioned. Not anymore. AD4TV Radio visited the streets of Abuja, Nigeria, to understand the shift.
For me personally, then when we do wear something else, we felt that it's an old school thing. We felt that it's not something trending. And then now the stylists, the fashionists are doing great job. And then so there's a need to wear it and then showcase our culture.
I love Ankara so much. All my clothes, and almost all of them are Ankara. So now, as in they are producing more and more Ankaras and fine colors. So by the time I go to the market, if I see anyone, I'll just pick it and just go to the tailor and just sew it. And anytime I put on Ankara, it's to be very, very free.
A lot of individuals do appreciate Ankara because it's beautiful. It's a traditional wear. When you see some people, mostly in this part of the country, you see on Fridays people don their Ankara, the kaftan. So it has always been like that.
We take a break now. When we return, prize for leadership team pays courtesy visit to AD4TV Radio. We'll be back shortly.
Don't give us any excuses.
If I can do it,
if I can put on a mask,
and I can put on a mask, so can you.
So can you.
So can you.
So can you.
Welcome back. You're watching AD4TV Radio Weekly Review. The Director, Public Affairs of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, Ngoba Priye Briggs, has retired from public service. Born on the 16th of August 1960 in Rivers State, South Nigeria, Briggs is retiring after serving the fund for almost 21 years and 8 months.
Now that she has retired, I think I will not be able to talk anything except she's supposed to take care of me for the purpose, the grand purpose that made me to marry her. She has brought all my children faithfully, and they have I've seen the progress in them. I've seen the progress in her, and also progress in myself. So this is the time for us to sit down and enjoy the process of our hard work. And that we ask in Jesus' name.
The favorite of everyone who has worked with her, Ngoba Priye Briggs, is known to be goal-oriented, very hardworking, focused and God-fearing.
Well, I'm happy for her that she's leaving service in an unblessed manner, but at the same time I'm going to miss her a lot. I believe that our children and my children are very close. They school together at the time and they're also communicating.
A long journey in service to motherland that started many years ago has come to an exciting end with her shoulders high. We at AD4TV Radio extend our congratulations to this great and illustrious Amazon with a heart of gold. In the realm of civil development, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Prize for Leadership, Dr. Ike Neliaku, led a team from his organization on a courtesy visit to AD4TV Radio on Friday at the broadcaster's Abuja office. The team met with the management of AD4TV Radio headed by its managing director, Dr. Jacob Alada. The Executive Secretary presented a souvenir to symbolize the new relationship between the two organizations and invited AD4TV Radio to an upcoming event on leadership by his group.
Members, those of them who are around, at least to come and visit here and know what you're doing. Our person cannot be involved in something like this. You know, these two should back it up and take it from that level. And then subsequently, other things that we find that we feel should be beneficial to this place, we'll bring it here.
Dr. Alada expressed appreciation for the visit and the opportunities it presented to both parties.
If you look at our staff, you see that they are mostly young people.
Yeah,
I observed it. We don't want to bring old hands that will, bring in the same kind. We want to groom young people, and as we are teaching them, on the professional bit, we are also teaching them about leadership. Responsibilities, and all whatnot, So we really, I think, we really would appreciate, whatever support and will collaborate with you for sure.
The Nigerian Prize for Leadership pursues the objective of recognizing outstanding leadership at various levels of society. Meanwhile, the low patronage of insurance services in Nigeria is gradually changing. Apart from the third-party car insurance policy that the Nigerian government enforces, other coverages, notable among them being health, life and properties, are now being embraced. Jide Bello, insurance broker, told AD4TV Radio that the COVID-19 pandemic might have been responsible for the noticeable increase in insurance patronage.
It has not been a good story all this while until during this pandemic. If you look at the GDP of Nigeria, insurance contribution is 0.32, which is very, very low compared to other neighboring countries. But this pandemic actually exposed us into insurance. People beginning to realize that there is need for insurance, especially the health insurance. Now, the government itself, they will tell you, do insurance. You must have insurance for your properties, you must insure government properties and the rest of them. But the government policy might not allow that to happen.
AD4TV Radio also visited some streets in Abuja, Nigeria, to gauge the awareness level and general attitudes of people towards insurance companies and their operations.
Insurance services in Nigeria is for the rich. Like me that has not made enough money, I cannot go for insurance because I feel I'm just giving out the money. Because, okay, if I insure my car now and I did not get an accident at the end of the year, I feel I'm dashing out the money.
The thing is that a lot of people have negative consignment or attitude towards insurance company. They feel like the insurance company, they are not doing what they ought to do. They use people and dump. Right, but if the insurance company can convince people and make them see the reason why things have to be insured, why not? People will do it.
To health matters now, the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, which led to a lockdown in most parts of the country, resulted in an increase in reports of sexual and gender-based violence. In response to the rising number of such cases, thousands of Nigerians marched in major cities and also engaged in social media awareness campaigns, all targeted at getting justice for victims. The effort also sought to enlighten others on the need to eradicate sexual and gender-based violence. Speaking to AD4TV radio crew, a human rights activist expatiated on the connection between pandemic and gender-based violence.
Primary issue of sexual and gender-based violence, it is very easy for situations like this to give rise to increased brutality. And in a society, women are at, the forefront of being victims to increased brutality, while not being at the forefront of actually dishing out that brutality. So that was the angle. You have families endangered, you have people locked up with their abusers, you have women who need places to go, women who are pregnant. If you remember at the time the first lockdown happened, and even pregnant women didn't know whether to go to the hospital. Access to antenatal, access to antenatal care, amongst so many things.
Remember, coronavirus is real. Ensure you wash your hands regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Wear your masks besides maintaining social distancing. That's it on our weekly review. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TVRadio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TVRadio. Many thanks for watching. I am Antonietta Kalunta.
We love you, AD4TV Radio.